So in the last video, we talked about how to put your thoughts on trial, but what are some other tools for anxiety? I'm Ryan, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I'm going to tell you some other tools. So in the last video, we talked about putting your thoughts on trial, which is a very basic CBT method, and that stands for cognitive behavioral therapy. And that's just about putting your thoughts on trial like we just talked about, or really challenging your thought process. But CBT isn't the only method that we can use. We actually can use something called ACT, which is acceptance commitment therapy. In a nutshell, ACT is more about observing your thoughts than challenging your thoughts. So in the last example that we talked about where we put our thoughts on trial, that's not really what ACT is about. It's really putting distance from your thought and really observing it and kind of understanding it more. So let's say if you think you're a failure. With ACT, you either fuse or defuse to your thought. So if you fuse to that thought and you always think it, you probably will always think you're a failure and not do anything about it. If you defuse from that thought, you can observe it and think if it's helpful or unhelpful in your life. So we have the basics of ACT, so let's talk more about how we can use it.